you guys, what is up? Welcome back. I hope everybody watching is doing well. I hope all of you guys are taking care of yourselves. Also, you guys, if you are looking for a personal reading, I do have personal readings available in the description box. If they're out of stock, which I feel like they usually are, but if they're out of stock, please go ahead and email me or message me on Etsy and I will put you on the list for the next round of readings. All right, guys, sure. Today is going to be a pick a card, obviously. It's going to be a pick a card on where or how is your love life going to be transforming over the next 12 months, over the next year. Now, this is going to be a timeless reading, you guys. I generally consider all my readings timeless. However, this one specifically is going to be timeless. Hope you guys are excited. And yeah, so before I jump on into it, you guys, this is your reminder that tarot is a divination tool, right? It's an intuitive practice. So take what resonates, leave what does not. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and put the piles on display. All right, you guys, these are the three piles. We have group 1 with the aqua aura quartz, group 2 with the red aventurine, and group 3 with the amazonite. Also, by the way, this is blue sage, as you can see here. Blue sage. Anyways, if you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to that right now. And if you want to pick more than one pile, you guys are always welcome to do so. All right, now that you guys have now picked your pile, please go ahead and check out my description box where I'll give you guys timestamps for when your reading will start. And with that, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into today's pick a card. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. Let's go ahead and start off with the zodiac dice. If you're new here, the zodiac dice is extra, you guys. It's dessert. So if your sign doesn't pop up, it's really not that serious. I also want to remind you guys that there are oftentimes zodiac signs that pop up in the cards themselves. So keep that in mind. Libra and Aries. Hello Libra, hello Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising. Aries and Leo. Hello Aries, hello Leo. Scorpio and Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay guys, Scorpio and Gemini. Okay. The first card we have, guys, is the Empress, okay? Now, the Empress is divine feminine energy. I want you guys to view this as somebody who is, you know what? Okay, the way I want you guys to look at the Empress, it's essentially the way you would look at like a matriarch of the family. It's essentially the way you would look at the way a loving, doting husband looks or views his wife, right? She is so beautiful. She's so loving. She's so nurturing. She is so creative, right? That she is so fertile. Now, obviously, you don't need to be fertile to be representing this Empress energy, guys, but that is the definition of the Empress. She is a creator, okay? She's also representing luxury and abundance, all right? So with this card showing up, this could very well be you or this could be your counterpart, depending on where you land with, like, obviously your preferences, how you identify, etc., etc., etc. The Empress is this divine feminine energy, though, okay? And can we just take a moment to like appreciate and love this artwork? This artist is okay. We also have the King of Swords, okay? Now, the King of Swords is a very stoic king. He is a king who I would describe as somebody who is very intelligent, but he can be a bit cold, a bit callous. He is extremely intelligent, like I said, and he tends to make very wise decisions. He's not somebody who's going to make a decision based on his heart. He's not somebody who's going to make a decision based on how he's feeling, rather making decisions based on logic and reason. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. It's not necessarily a king that I view as connected to relationships. If anything, I feel like the way that the King of Swords would go about relationships is in a very calculated manner, is in a very non-romantic type of way. More looking at relationships as like a business deal. Does this make logical sense for me to be in this relationship? Does this make sense for me to engage with this person? It's not that there's literally romance sucked out of this card, but if we're talking about what's happening with you over the next year, the next 12 months, if this King of Swords is somebody you are currently dealing with or somebody you will be dealing with, don't expect them to pour their heart out to you. Don't expect them to shower you with love and affection. Don't expect them to be overly PDA, right? This is a very stern person, and some people are more attracted to that. It just depends on like who you are and what you are interested in, right? So there are our two players so far, you guys. When the archetype cards come up, I don't I don't look at that as like, this is what's happening. I look at it as like players in the story or characters in the story. We have the Chariot. Now, this is an event, okay? The Chariot represents overcoming difficulties, pushing through a hard time, all right, group one? Now, whenever this comes up, I'm just like, I love this card, and at the same time, this card is also a bit challenging because it's stating the fact that there are obstacles that we are going to have to overcome. So over the next year, there may be certain setbacks or obstacles taking place in your love life that require you to step up and push forward despite any difficulties that may arise. The Chariot coming up is almost saying like, you know what, you have this major challenge in your love life that you have to face. You have this major difficulty that you have to face. However, you can face it. You are strong enough to face it. You are strong enough to push through. This is Cancerian energy, okay? The King of Swords as well, you guys, is connected to air sign energy. I'm not so much feeling the need to mention all the air signs, but this specifically is Cancerian energy. Okay, we have the Three of Swords as well. So this would be the challenge, right? The Three of Swords is quite literally a challenge. Now, here's the thing, group number one. This is heartbreak, right? The Three of Swords is representing heartbreak. This is essentially somebody really disappointing us and leaving us heartbroken. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced heartbreak, but heartbreak I feel like is some of the most... I've only had my heart truly broken once, and the way I completely just felt gutted from the inside out, I literally felt like somebody took like a little hole puncher and punched a hole through me. It was the worst experience probably of my entire life. So with this comes with heaviness, this comes with sadness, this comes with so much disappointment. This obviously is not something that anybody wants to go through, but over the next year, you guys may be experiencing a very significant heartbreak, okay? And it wouldn't be surprising to me for those of you who do identify as a feminine energy person, it wouldn't be surprising to me if there was somebody in your life who is more callous, who is more cold, who isn't as affectionate. Now, this king doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It could be a man, it could be a woman. I'm more, again, so talking about the energy. Somebody who's callous, somebody who's cold, somebody who is a bit detached is how I would describe them. So it makes sense to me that this King of Swords would be the one. Obviously, he's the swords as well. So it makes sense to me that he would be the one, or they would be the one, to potentially inflict this Three of Swords on you. We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So the Page of Pentacles, you guys, I love this card so much because this is talking about leveling up. This is talking about rising up and saying, I am going to do better. So I don't want to say this is a blessing in disguise, but I almost feel like, you guys, this heartache, this pain, this feeling of being disappointed in regards to your love life over the next year, it's helping you in ways you're not going to see in the moment, but looking back, you're going to be like, oh my God, thank you so much for breaking my heart. Thank you so much for leaving me. Thank you so much for freeing me. Because at the end of the day, what you were genuinely doing by staying with me was holding me back. I feel like this King of Swords, this person who is coming up as this more cold and callous energy, was holding you back, okay? Because now that we have this Page of Pentacles here, this is representing the energy of being able to rise up, being able to elevate yourself, being able to go through an upgrade process. And I feel like whoever this person is that broke your heart, I feel like in staying with that person, you would have not had the ability to rise up. They were weighing you down and you didn't even realize it. You didn't even see it. And in them breaking your heart and shattering you, it's almost like it's like they are freeing you from the cage that you were in. Okay, then we have the King of Cups, and this is water sign energy, but the main thing that comes up with the King of Cups, you guys, is emotional maturity. He is a wise king. He is somebody who's very, he's quite literally, I think that there could not be more opposite kings, okay? The King of Swords and the King of Cups are very, very different kings. Their energy is extremely, what is the word I'm looking for? They're very much the opposite of one another, okay? So with the King of Cups, he is very emotional. He is very nurturing and loving and gentle and affectionate. Like, he is all these beautiful things. Obviously, he's still a king, so he still has those masculine qualities. However, this is representing somebody who is loving, nurturing, somebody who is going to pour into you, pour love into you, right? Now, I don't know if this is leading to a relationship. I'm going to have to see the rest of the cards before I state that. But I do believe that there's going to be a presence of somebody who has a really big heart and somebody who wants to show you or wants to give you the affection that you've been looking for. And again, this doesn't, if you are a woman who's into women, like, this could be representing a woman who's nurturing. I want you guys to take what I'm saying about who these archetypes are and not so much the association to, like, their physical vessel, okay? Or if you're a man into women, you know, it doesn't matter. I just, again, taking the description of who they are is more so important. Okay. We have this grand trine of blessings. So obviously, I'm seeing this as everything coming together for you to create this massive blessing in your life. And again, I'm almost seeing this as like certain events taking place that we aren't seeing as positive things, such as the heartbreak. It's like, oh my gosh, I had my heart broken this year. This has been the worst year of my life. But in reality, it's been prepping you for the best year of your life. It's been prepping you for this blessing, okay? We have Chiron here, and Chiron says hurt and heal. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron goes around healing others, although Chiron has a wound themselves. So with this, you guys are going to be healing over the next year, okay? And I don't know exactly when this heartbreak is taking place. It could happen in a month, it could happen in 6 months, it could happen in 9 months. But I do believe that this heartbreak is going to, again, be something that is redirecting you in such a positive way, but you will be healing through this heartbreak prior to meeting anyone else or having any other type of relationship. You will go through this healing process, okay? And when I say healing, I don't want you to think that I'm saying that you are going to be completely healed and brand new and you're like, oh, I had my heart broken and it doesn't even affect me, I don't even care, because that's not realistic, right? When you have your heart broken, you're always going to carry that with you, that experience with you. However, any bitterness, any resentment, any sadness, I feel like it's going to be lifted. I feel like you are going to be able to move forward with a lot more optimism when it comes to love and relationships, okay? You may even find, you guys, healing through helping others, or through perhaps your friend is also going to be going through a breakup around the time that you're going through a breakup, and this may help you in the healing process as well. And I know this sounds, I feel like this is coming from a place of selfishness a little bit, but I feel like as humans, right, selfishly, it is very comforting for us to help those in need when we are in pain, when we are hurting, for us to focus our energy on healing somebody else or helping somebody else. That is very healing for us, right? To heal others is healing for yourself. So for some of you, you may be doing that as well, whether that is through spirituality, with things like Reiki or just energy healing in general, or whether that's with things that are literally like connected to the medical industry, perhaps even like massage therapy. But I see some of you quite literally like helping other people heal their pain, heal their wounds, and in return, like, that is helping you. Okay. Okay, this makes me happy. So we have the cardinal signs here: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. It says instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. All right, you guys. So the cardinal signs are the leaders of the zodiac. Essentially, these are like kicking off all the seasons. These are the start of all the seasons. Now, with this card group number 1, I see this as you guys embracing your inner bravery, embracing that inner chariot energy and pushing through, right? Saying, you know what, I had my heart broken this year. I've done a lot of internal work. I've done a lot of healing. And in doing that, I feel like I can now move forward, all right? So you are going to come to a place within the next 12 months where you feel ready to move forward and to take action in your love life after this heartbreak, after this disappointment, all right? We have gambling, and this is problems with addiction or gambling, bad finances. So this is not a financial reading, you guys, so you don't need to take anything that is in reference to the financial situation of your life. However, this gambling is talking about taking risks, all right? So a lot of you are going to be taking more risks in your love life. Now, I believe that risks are very important for us to take as individuals, but you need to take calculated risks. Don't take ding-dong risks, you guys, okay? Don't take a risk that is not worth it. Don't take a risk that is not going to pay off. Don't take a risk where you're literally just ignoring all the possible failures of this situation. Calculated risks are very much important to take, okay? So when it comes to your love life, a calculated risk for some of you, maybe I'm gonna join a dating app, okay? And I'm very much against dating apps, or I'm scared of dating apps. But in doing this, you guys, weighing out the pros and the cons and saying, okay, do I want to stay single forever, or do I want to try something that I have not tried before? That is what a risk is, right? It's doing something that we have not done before, doing something that we are not necessarily comfortable with. Calculated risks are the only way for us to evolve and grow. If you never take a risk, you're never going to grow. You're always going to be in your comfort zone. So you guys are taking more risks, which makes sense with the cardinal energy. Cardinal energy is very much risk-taking energy, right? And obviously, as you can see the signs here, right? Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Aries. You may not associate all these signs with being risk takers. However, look at a Capricorn, all right? Capricorn do not take risks unless they have really calculated and studied the risk. However, I do feel like Capricorns are very action oriented. And when you're action oriented and you want to grow, again, you are naturally taking risks. Same thing with Cancer and Libra. I feel like Aries is the only one that's really known for taking risks, but Aries takes risks in a little bit more of a I want to say reckless, but less calculated. I love you, Aries. I literally love and adore you. Okay. And then we have water sign here, which this is not surprising. This is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So this person who may be coming into your life may have significant Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces placements. It's also possible you yourself are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or have one of these in your big three. If that is not the case, because not all of you are going to be dating a water sign, not all of you have significant water sign placements. If that is not the case, you guys, I want you to look at this as, again, that emotional maturity coming into your life, that emotional growth, because that's what the water signs represent, right? They represent our emotions. They represent the internal. So I want you to look at this as moving forward throughout the year, you are growing and evolving on an emotional level. We have betrayal. Trust is part of your journey. Understanding that through pain, this is teaching you and others to love more deeply and in a higher divine capacity. You guys, I hate saying everything happens for a reason, because it gives me very it gives me the vibe of it's all in God's plan. I don't know why this horrible thing happened to you, but it's all in God's plan. And I don't like that. However, I don't believe bad things are meant to happen to us, okay? I don't believe that there's anything in our life that is bad that we are destined to experience. However, I do believe that we as humans have the ability to extract good or a positive spin on any situation. It just takes an extreme amount of mental, I don't want to say mental gymnastics, but it takes an extreme amount of mental willpower to extract a positive perspective from certain negative situations, okay? I have had horrific things happen to me in my life that I've been able to extract positivity from and take that and allow it to help me moving forward. With this betrayal, you guys, this betrayal that you're experiencing in your love life over the next year, let yourself be sad, let yourself be hurt, let yourself feel all the angry, hurt feelings that you are going to feel. but do not allow it to stop you from pursuing love in the future. Do not allow it to stop you from moving forward, because I do feel like there are so many, like, you guys literally have blessings here. You guys have this emotional growth here. So I feel like there is positivity happening in your guys' love life. I just think it's a matter of getting through this hump, getting through this difficult part, okay? All right, and then we have thought patterns, and it says, get out of your head and into your heart. This is the truth. Get out of your head and into your heart. This is the truth. Okay, so not overthinking, right? Doing your best to not overthink situations, doing your best to move forward with love, doing your best to move forward in a more loving manner. I feel like for some of you who have experienced heartbreak in the past, who are going to be going through the heartbreak over this next year, it's going to be really difficult for you when you start dating, and you're going to be going back and forth a lot in your mind of like, can I trust this person? We can't control other people, guys, right? We can only control ourselves, and you owe it to yourself to experience love in its highest form. So get out of your head when you are dating again. Get out of your head when you decide to move forward with love, and try to trust that you have gained enough knowledge, you have gained enough experience to be able to tell when somebody is being dishonest with you. You cannot control the outcome of any situation, you guys, especially when it's involving somebody else. So try just to trust your heart to the best of your abilities, okay? There is something in my eyeball. Okay, we have soulmate, and it says, yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, group number 1. So again, sometimes, and this is not always the case, so please do not misinterpret what I'm saying. Sometimes, though, we have to drop the dead weight. Sometimes we are clinging to trash. Sometimes we are clinging to absolute garbage, and we don't realize it, okay? I have so many people in my life who are clinging to disgusting people who don't give a dang about them. And I feel like, I always say this, I'm like, this is preventing you from meeting your dream person. This is preventing you from being, like, you shouldn't be crying every day. You shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be worried about where they are for days on end. You shouldn't be worried about this thing and that thing. Like, when you are with your soulmate, when you are with somebody who truly loves you, you should not be crying every day. You should not be stressed and anxiety ridden on a constant, regular basis. Sometimes you're holding on to trash, and you're so afraid of what's out there. You're so afraid to move forward that you don't even realize that what you're holding on to is literally garbage. This soulmate energy is waiting for you, group 1. And I feel like as soon as you guys go through this purging process, whether it's with a relationship, whether it's with self-limiting beliefs, whether it's with a job that is keeping you stuck and stagnant in a place that you don't want to be, once you guys are able to go through this purging process, your soulmate is literally like, hey babes, I'm waiting for you. Where are you at? Like, let's get this started. Like, where are you? So soulmate, this makes me very happy, and this again makes me feel, and I know not all of you are a masculine and feminine. Some of you are masculines, feminines, and feminines, and that's fine. But I do feel like when you're reading tarot, especially in a group, guys, you are reading the overwhelming majority of the energy, and the overwhelming majority of the energy is the union between this beautiful Empress and this King of Cups, okay? This marriage between this beautiful feminine energy and this masculine energy who's emotionally intelligent and who is willing and ready to, like, give love to the highest capacity. We also have romantic feelings, and it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, don't hold yourself back, right? Don't limit yourself just because you're scared. We have crossing the barrier, overcoming obstacles. You guys, this whole reading is about overcoming obstacles in your love life. For some of you, this is your trust issues. And for some of you, these trust issues did not come from another person that you were romantically involved with. For some of you, these trust issues came from your father, or it came from your mother. It came from perhaps other adults in your life growing up. Overcoming this obstacle is extremely important. This healing process is extremely important for you guys to move forward, okay? And again, you have the Chariot. So obstacles, like, you are capable of overcoming the obstacles. It's a matter of doing it. It's a matter of getting up and doing it. Okay. We have confessions of love. Say, I love you. So by the end of this next 12 months, you guys, whenever you are seeing this, you are going to be falling in love again. You are going to be hearing the words, I love you. Okay, so prepare for that as well, guys. And this is why I think, again, like, the healing process is going to be so important for this group, because I think that you guys are preparing for a relationship that is extremely important and extremely valuable in your life. And I feel like if you're holding on or harboring that resentment, that anger, that hurt, that pain, it's going to be very difficult for you to trust that when it comes in. Okay, we have divine feminine energy. This is yin feminine energy. So again, for those of you who are attracted to women, here is again that divine feminine energy. For those of you who identify as this divine feminine, I would see this very much so as the energy of quite literally just being like the divine feminine. Then we have only you. All right, and this is devoted, attached, and crave. So I do believe that the majority of you watching this is not going to be for all of you. Some of you, this healing process is going to expand past the year. For others of you, you may still be holding on to the garbage or the trash that you are not wanting to release for one reason or another. Everyone is going to be on their own timeline with this, but for the majority of you, I do believe that you will be meeting somebody who you feel very much like, this is my person, and they are going to feel the same way in return. Okay. Okay, see, this is the king. This is the King of Wands, guys. Or not the King of Wands. Me thinking about the King of Wands. This is the King of Cups. We have the letter. There is nothing more romantic to me than love letters. I absolutely love and adore love letters. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school. Maybe I'm from the freaking 1700s. I love love letters. So again, I'm seeing this as romance. I'm seeing this as this person having the desire to express their love, to express how it is they feel about you, to pour their hearts out through the form of a letter, through the form of a text, but pouring their heart out to you is how I see this. We also have bouquet. All right. So again, for those of you, also, here's the other thing. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I see this as a representation of the way somebody sees you, the way somebody values you, somebody's desire to make you feel special. So it doesn't need to literally be a bouquet. I know some of you watching this do not like roses. Some of you watching this do not like flowers. Some of you don't care about receiving flowers or gifts in general. However, what this is representing, it's, I care about you so much. I'm so interested in you that I want to show you. I want to physically prove to you that I value you and that I see you as special. Okay, that is what this is representing. So the bouquet. And then we have the gentleman, and he's just such a cutie. I love him so much, and I love that he's here. And what I view, the way I would describe a gentleman, I would describe a gentleman as somebody who is loving and gentle. Obviously, gentleman, somebody who's gentle, somebody who's kind and respectful, somebody who honors you fully and not just for your physical attributes, somebody who is intentional, and somebody who, again, like, is going to put their cards out on the table in a very authentic manner and not hide their intentions. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Overall, this is what I want to say. There is pain here. There is hurt here, okay? And for some of you, you've gone through this and you're in the thick of the healing process. If that's where you're at, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Keep going. I know it hurts, but keep going. For some of you, you have yet to go through this heartbreak process and you are way in the beginning of this. And in that case, I want you to know everything's going to be okay, and know that, like, your soulmate is going to find you. And for others of you, you're in this process or in this mindset of wanting to hold on to the anchor that's holding you back, to the anchor that is holding you back. And in that case, I want to encourage you to ask yourself why you believe that you deserve to be treated poorly, why you believe that you deserve the bare minimum, okay? And then I want to encourage those of you who feel comfortable and safe to do so to take that risk, so you are on the path to meet your soulmate, so that you are on the path to experience this like love from this gentleman, from this king of cups. Or again, for those of you who are into women, from this Empress, from this divine feminine, right? Essentially, I do feel like there is a relationship on the horizon, depending on where you are at in this process. This could take up to a year to 2 years, again, depending on where you are at in this process. But that is what I have for you guys. Group number 1. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you today. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are looking for personal readings, I have personal readings available in my description box. If they're out of stock, please go ahead and message me on Etsy or email me, and I will set something up for you in the future. It may take me a while to get back to you, but I promise I will get back to you. Yeah, that is what I got. Thank you guys. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. Okay, bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Yes, I do have a heating pad on my shoulders right now. They are a wee bit sore, so ignore that. But let's go ahead and roll the dice. Leo. If you guys are new here, the dice is just extra. It's dessert. If your sign doesn't pop up, it's really not that serious. We have Aries as well. Okay, Aries and Leo. Aquarius and Cancer. Leo and Sagittarius. So fire sign energy is strong for this group. Let's go ahead and see what our first card is. Okay. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, you guys, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is talking about moving towards something in your love life in a very slow but intentional manner. This is not good, this is not bad, this is very neutral. The positive thing I would take from this card, group number 2, is the fact that it is representing a very intentional energy, okay? So it's like moving forward with intention and moving forward with, I would say with stability, okay? All right. We also have the Ace of Pentacles. So you guys may be receiving an opportunity throughout the next 12 months in your love life, or some type of offer within the next 12 months in your love life. Now, for some reason, you guys, I'm just not feeling like this is like, usually with this card, I get really excited and I feel like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I'm just not feeling that way with this. It's feeling like a so-so offer. It's feeling like an offer that it's like, yeah, I want to take this, but also like, meh, you know? So, I don't know. This could be a really good offer coming in. It's just, to me, like the energy, it's not feeling like an offer that's necessarily going to stick. The way that I would describe an offer in regards to love, you guys, it would be like somebody asking you out on a date, somebody who you find really attractive, or somebody who you think is really funny or smart, and going on a date with them. But again, it feels like it's an initial excitement, and it's not something that's necessarily long lasting. It's like initially, oh, I thought I really liked you, and then I got to know you and I was like, meh, you know? Yeah, we have death here. So you guys are going to be experiencing a death in your love life, group number 2. Now, this isn't lovely, right? Like, nobody necessarily wants to experience a death, but I also am not seeing this as an overly negative thing. A death, when it comes to love, it's essentially saying that there's going to be endings, right? There's something in your love life that's going to end, and it's up to you whether or not you're going to accept that ending and move forward and have your arms open for the future. There are guys, here's the thing. There are so many people in this world who cannot let go of the past, who allow the past to dictate their future and like everything they do moving forward. So it would be preposterous for me to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, you guys are going to experience this death and then everything's going to be amazing. Although I do believe that death is an opportunity for us to start new. Not all of you are going to choose to do that, and that's okay. Like, that's your path, that's your journey. But for those of you who do choose to accept this death and to move forward in a productive manner, I feel like you are going to experience almost like a weight lifted off of your shoulders in regards to your love life. For some of you, this is going to be representing a breakup. For others of you, this is going to be representing the energy of doing something that is scary, something that's spooky in regards to your love life, putting yourself out there. For those of you who've been single for a really long time, I would see this as you opening yourself up in ways that you never thought that you could or would open up previously, going out of your comfort zone, doing things that perhaps make you a bit nervous. For others of you, for others of you, this is you like going to therapy and seeking professional help. And whether you believe in traditional therapy or not is like, again, not my business. But I'm seeing this death coming up for some of you as an energy of like a death happening in your life in regards to you. Like a part of you, I don't want to say dying, but a part of you dying and moving on, releasing something from the past. And this part of you that needs to end is a part of you that is standing in your way or preventing you from experiencing love to the highest capacity that you can, especially for those of you where you continue to enter into toxic relationships. And I'm not blaming you for being in toxic relationships if you're relating to that. But it's almost like I feel like there's a need to take a step back and address, why am I attracting people who are like this? Why am I continuing to stay in this cycle? What am I missing that is continuing to perpetuate this type of experience, right? I think sometimes all it takes is awareness for us to realize that we have to let go of something. Sometimes you can be completely oblivious to your own toxic traits. Sometimes you can be completely oblivious to the fact that the cycle that you're in can and will change as soon as you recognize that you are in a cycle. I always say this, right? You don't get to control other people, but you do get to control who is allowed in your life. You do get to control how you are treated. And if you feel like the person you are with is continuing to show you time after time after time that they don't care about you, I'm not saying it's your fault that they're treating you that way, but you have the ability to leave. You have the ability to change. And by not changing, by not leaving, by staying in a toxic cycle, staying in a toxic pattern, when you have the ability to change, there's a part of you that has to accept that type of behavior, right? So I feel like there needs to be an ending in regards to accepting behavior that is less than what it is we deserve. We have the Nine of Swords as well, guys, and this is anxiety. For some of you, this is like, again, a breakup occurring in your life and then you experiencing a lot of anxiety. I have to say this to you guys as well. Just because you're sad that something ended, just because you're disappointed that something didn't work out with somebody, that does not mean that you made the wrong decision. That does not mean that you chose the wrong path. You're allowed to break up with somebody or to end a relationship and then to be sad. I'm sure people, and this is like such a weird comparison, but I'm sure people who struggle with addiction, it's not like they're like, oh my gosh, I don't like the feeling of this substance, right? But it's like, I don't like what it's doing to me. So even though I enjoy doing this, I recognize that it's bad for me and I need to quit, or I need to move forward from this, or this is preventing me from living the life that I want to live. So it's the same thing with like toxic patterns in relationships, or toxic patterns in regards to love in general. It's not necessarily that it's easy to let go of it or that you even want to let go of it, but it's like, do you want to stay with this person or do you want to be happy? Like, you know? So the point in me saying this, you guys, is if you are experiencing a breakup within the next year and you feel like, oh my God, I'm so sad, like I made the wrong choice, or what could I have done better? Just because you're sad, that doesn't mean that you did anything wrong, or that things should have turned out differently than how they did. And with this anxiety, I want you guys to know that although anxiety is difficult, although depression can be difficult, it is also something that can be worked through. It's something that you can overcome. It takes time, and sometimes it does take professional help, and there's no shame in going and seeking professional help. There's no shame in going and seeking a therapist or a doctor to help. Like that, honestly, that is so admirable for anyone who is adult enough to say, I recognize that I have a problem with this and I need help, right? Like that's honorable. So anyways, I just wanted to say that. We have the Three of Cups. So I love this because this is representing going out and having fun. All right, this is representing more fun coming into your love life, more experiences in regards to you just enjoying yourself. This could also be representing, whenever this comes up in a love reading, it gives me very like hot girl summer type of vibes. So actively choosing to be single could be a choice that you are making after this heartbreak or after this death that takes place in your life. And right? Like, I feel like sometimes people see being single as like a really lonely experience, and it can be lonely, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be, right? So having more fun, invoking more play, more laughter, more positive experiences. I feel like you guys are going to have the opportunity over the next year to experience love outside of the romantic bounds, okay? Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so for some of you, this is talking about you finding a better balance between your work and your personal life. This could also be referencing like you guys making more money or coming into more financial stability for yourself, or in your life in general. And this could be creating a place where you feel more stable and you feel more secure within yourself. But overall, the energy of the Queen of Pentacles is very much like stability, feeling very grounded in who it is that you are, being able to work hard and accomplish your goals, but also like nurturing your personal life, okay? Okay, so zodiac signs that I'm seeing here, we have Scorpio and potentially the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I almost forgot about you, Virgo, even though you're literally, as of right now, you're my favorite. We have the South Node. This is life's debts, all right? Now, when the South Node is coming up in a tarot reading, you guys, this is telling me that there is a need to release. There is a need to like let go. It's almost giving me the scene in Spirited Away where Haku like realizes who he is and then all his scales like fall away. It's giving me for some reason that imagery, but that is essentially like what I feel like this message is for you today. Like this death is taking place, this South Node energy is coming in, and in this release it's almost like you get to become yourself again. You get to be more of who you are, which I think is beautiful. And I think I would rather have like myself and love of myself and love of my own personal life than to have like romantic love, just because I don't know, if you don't have yourself and you don't feel secure and safe within your own vessel, within your own life, it's like having a relationship's not going to make that any better. If anything, it's just going to lead to having a toxic dynamic with your partner. We have Aries, and this is I am. I feel like the next 12 months, group number 2, is going to be a lot of self-discovery. I feel like it's going to be a lot of action towards you finding what it is that you need to be happy in relationships as well. Aries is connected to Mars, and Mars is a planet of aggression. Mars is a planet of action. It's also connected to adult energy. So you guys may be indulging in adult energy. And here's the thing, right? Just because you are most likely, like based on the cards that's coming up, it seems like you guys are going to be single over the next year. That doesn't mean you can't be dating. There is a huge difference between dating and being in a relationship. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to be dating, you're going to be having fun, but it doesn't seem like anything serious. And I think that there's also value in like getting to know new people or in having new experiences with new people. I'm not saying you need to be physical if that is something that makes you uncomfortable, obviously, but for those of you who enjoy indulging in intimacy, this is something that is also a possibility. But the overall energy with this Aries card is action happening in your life, okay? So you don't think that just because nobody's coming into your life romantically that doesn't mean that you're not going to see progression and movement in your life in general. Your life isn't going to stop just because you're single. Okay. Independence, learning to be happy in our independence. We have Uranus, and this is radical change. I love this for you guys, group 2. Radical change, right? Uranus is so chaotic. Like, I feel like there are people, I've heard people say like, oh, this is not chaos. I'm like, okay, well, it certainly does feel chaosis. It certainly feels chaotic. Uranus is coming in and essentially saying that your whole life is going to be changing, or there's going to be a significant aspect in your love life that's going to be changing, that is going to be evolving. Whether it's for the worse or the better, I feel like it's neutral. It's going to be different for all of you. It's depending on how it is that you choose to react to this situation with this death in the South Node. We have the second house. This is physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. Self-worth, you guys. This is the second house of money and assets, okay? So unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because I genuinely do believe that all of us as human beings, I don't know, I feel like everyone deserves to have a home and to have food and to have like a safe place to rest their head at night. I really do wish that everyone in the world could have that. But that's obviously not reality. So I'm feeling like for you guys, group 2, it feels like the next 12 months, what you should be focusing on is developing this sense of security and independence in your life, okay? Perhaps even obtaining certain things that are going to help you grow in regards to your financial security in the future. For those of you who are able to invest or who are able to put money towards things that are going to be considered assets and not liabilities, that could be something that you choose to focus on. And I feel like in doing this is creating a sense of security, right? Financial security is something that makes all of us feel safe and comfortable and like within the realm of like, all right, life is going to be okay because I can pay my bills and I can feed myself, right? So this may be something to focus on instead of focusing on your love life. And then perhaps in nourishing this part of your life, you are then going to have more opportunities for love in the future. But I think that this needs to be the focus. Growing your stability, growing this sense of like, I can provide this for myself. I can create this harmonious life for myself. Can you let go of my arm? Also, the fact that self-worth is here, right? Giving yourself the love, giving yourself the gifts, the adoration that you feel like you want to receive from somebody else, in giving that to yourself, then that sets the standard, right? How we treat ourselves, you guys, sets the standard for how other people are going to treat us. So perhaps that's why all of this is taking place, because your standard needs to be elevated. We have vacation, and it says you'll be traveling soon. Honestly, you guys, I love this. The fact that you guys have the second house, the Queen of Pentacles, vacation, it feels again very much like you guys are stepping into the energy of like, I am going to just live for myself and have fun and enjoy the life that I have in the present moment. Vacation is representing obviously going on a vacation. This doesn't have to be across oceans, although it could be. I would just see this as being able to take a break, being able to explore, being able to have more fun in your life, okay? We have challenges. Make a decision, work on inner healing. Okay, work on inner healing. So your love life is going to be presented with challenges, which I don't think is surprising based on the fact that we have the Nine of Swords and the Death card and the South Node and Uranus. All of these things are representing very much things changing and evolving and perhaps struggling a bit with these new dynamics in our life, or with these things that we have to let go of or move on from. We have manifest as well. Tell the universe exactly what you want. Tell the universe exactly what you want. You guys, I don't think I talk about this enough in my public readings. I feel like in my private readings, I talk about this every chance I get. But if you have not started the process of reprogramming your subconscious, please, 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 if you don't listen to anything else I say, please do this. I swear it will change your life, okay? When I have been manifesting for decades at this point, okay? When I look back on my life, there are so many things that I've manifested into existence. However, I feel like I have not experienced the amount of rapid movement in my life until I started, like my manifestations did not come in rapidly until I started the process of reprogramming my subconscious. Please, you guys, look into it. If there's nothing else you take from this, look into that. And it doesn't need to be with love, although it could be. It could also be manifesting your financial goals, manifesting this dream vacation, manifesting change, evolution happening in your life. Okay, we have reflect, and it says we attract soulmates based on the lessons we need to learn for growth. Is this hindering or supporting you? All right, guys, and I know, like, here's the thing. There's a part of me that feels really icky saying this, saying that you are attracting people based on a lesson that you need to learn. There's a part of me that feels really gross saying that, although I do believe it's true. It just doesn't, right? It doesn't feel nice, especially for those of you who are in toxic relationships. I don't want you to think that you deserve to be in a toxic relationship or that you deserve to be with somebody who treats you poorly, because you don't. But there's something within this situation that you have to learn from, whether it's standing up for yourself, whether it's loving yourself more, whether it's learning to let go of things that are very clearly just not meant for you. It could even be an energy of needing to mature further. There's a million different reasons as to why we attract the people we attract. And I think as long as we can take lessons from those situations and from those people and use it in a positive manner to move forward, I think that is beneficial for us overall in the grand scheme of things, the bigger picture, right? We have forgive, and it says forgiveness is a liberating choice. You don't have to forgive. If you don't want to forgive, you absolutely don't have to forgive. If you want to hold on to anger and resentment, you are free to do that. You have free will. However, like the card says, forgiveness is a liberating choice. It is so freeing to just forgive and let go and move on, and to literally just not, to feel neutral, right? To feel like either way, like it doesn't matter. And again, you don't at all have to do this. If this is not something that you feel ready for, if this is not something you even want to do ever, then don't do it, right? However, it may be beneficial for some of you to look into how it is that you can forgive and how it is you can move forward in a manner that's going to be the most productive for yourself. We have the distorted masculine. All right, so this is falling, I don't want to say victim, but falling victim to societal pressures. Now, for those of you who are women, which the majority of you watching this are women, I feel like women oftentimes carry a lot of this burden as well. The burden of the divine masculine, the burden of needing to be a provider, the burden of needing to take care of yourself physically, mentally, financially. Like, it's a lot. So I feel like this card doesn't just apply to men anymore. I feel like especially in 2023, this also does apply to women, having the pressure of society weighing down on you. And also, I feel like, excuse the men who are watching this, excuse me, I'm just talking to the women right now, but especially for those of you who are older and who feel like your time is running out and who feel like society is putting all this pressure on you to find a partner or to get married or to have a baby or to do this or to do that. You guys, I need you to hear me. There's no timeline. There's no timeline. I mean, obviously, biologically speaking, there is a timeline for those of you who do want to have children. But there's no timeline in regards to when you are allowed to find love or when you are available to find love. You can fall in love at any point, you guys, in your entire life. There could be any random point in your life that you fall in love. I don't know if you guys have seen that video of the old, I believe he's like a doctor or something. He was like a doctor and he was proposing to this woman that he had dated in high school, and they're like in their 70s, and he was like in an airport proposing to her, and it was the cutest, sweetest thing in the whole world. And I was just sitting there watching it thinking, like, if either of these two people decided to give up, they wouldn't be sitting here in this moment right now. They wouldn't be sitting here having this like beautiful storybook ending. And even though they are older, they still get to spend their last years with each other, being in love, being happy. And again, like, knowing that they did not give up. I feel like I would wait until I'm 70 if it meant that I could be with my soulmate, if it meant that I could be with the love of my life. So and then we have abundance. So again, you guys, I do feel like the reading for you today is to focus on how you can build your personal abundance. How it is that you can grow your personal value. How it is that you can become your dream person. I feel like in doing that, in becoming, and this is going to sound so toxic and narcissistic, and I don't mean it in a narcissistic way at all, you guys, but the more you pour into yourself, the more you create a person that would be your dream person, the more you are likely to attract your dream person, you guys, okay? I think it's so insane when I look at my relationship and I realize how similar my partner and I are, and it's funny to me because a few years ago we would have not been similar at all, but I poured so much time, energy, and effort into nourishing myself and into creating myself into the person that I wanted, And therefore I found somebody who was literally like, we're essentially the same person but different. So yeah, pour into yourself is the message, you guys. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I hate when this card comes out. We have curse. All right, and this says hex, witchcraft, negative mind. Now, before any of you guys freak out, there is not a hex, there is not a curse on your love life. You need to hear me. There's not a curse, there's not a hex on your love life, you guys. There is not. We rebuke that energy. We rebuke that energy. There is not a curse. However, negative mind. This is why I was talking about reprogramming your subconscious, okay? Because when you have these subconscious thoughts about love, all men cheat, all women lie, men only want blah, 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 fill in the blank, okay? Fill in the societal bad thing that you've been told. That is creating resistance between you and finding true love. So please, you guys, again, I'm going to say it again. If you take nothing else from this video, please reprogram your subconscious. Okay, reprogram your subconscious to accept love of the highest good, of the highest power. We need to get out of this negative thought patterns, okay? It's a negative mindset. We have trapped, and this says stuck, tied down, and captive. Some of you are in toxic relationships, and those toxic relationships will be coming to an end, and it's going to be difficult, and it's not going to be easy. But ultimately, like, this freeing process is going to lead you down a better path. And I'm not talking to those of you who are in happy, healthy relationships. If anything, if you're in a healthy, happy relationship, this is just a sign for you to focus more on your financial health and pouring into yourself. But for those of you who are in toxic relationships, this is very much letting you know that this is not, you're not going to stay tied down. You're not going to stay stuck in this bad situation. We have lusting as well, forbidden, non-committal, and adult energy. So yeah, guys, I'm not going to keep that on the screen for too long because, you know, YouTube doesn't like it, but you guys could be engaging in adult activities, especially those of you who are single. And I said that a bit earlier with the Aries energy, right? If you guys want to indulge, don't be afraid to indulge. If you want to have fun, live your life, do what you want. And then we have one day, someday, somewhere, another time. All right, so you guys, maybe the next 12 months just isn't your time, right? That doesn't mean it's never going to be your time. That doesn't mean it's not going to be your time the 12 months after that. It doesn't, maybe it's going to be your time, you guys, 12 months and a day after, or 12 months and 2 months after. It doesn't mean it's never going to be your time. It just means that it's not your time right at this moment, not in this time frame of the 12 months, okay? But someday. We have a dark deal. This is wrong decision, incorrect direction. So again, you guys, I think that this death is taking place because there's a readjustment happening in your love life, a readjustment to put you in the right direction. And then we have apothecary, forced sin, cunning, the dark side of human. Some of you may be experiencing the dark side of humans, which unfortunately I feel like is on display more often than it probably should be. With this apothecary, you guys, I want you to keep in mind that healing is possible, right? An apothecary is usually associated with like herbal medicines and things like this. So healing is possible, but we have to first address the fact that like we need to heal, right? We have to acknowledge the fact that healing is needed in order for us to heal. We have quite a few more. Okay. We have the honeymoon. This is enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Essentially, group number 2, this is talking about going on a vacation. Going on a vacation, having fun, vacation time. All right, that is what this is talking about, which we have the vacation here. Also, treat yourself the way that you would, again, want your future partner, your future spouse, your soulmate to treat you, because that is going to be the standard. If you treat yourself poorly, you're going to accept poor behavior from others. And then we have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, you guys. It's time to take back control. In taking back control, you guys, you are freeing yourself and making yourself more energetically available to experience more love. Okay. Okay. I also just want to say this, you guys, this is my favorite deck. I've decided that the Halloween deck is truly like my favorite deck. Whenever I use it, I don't know, the energy I get from it is just immaculate and I adore it. I didn't pull from this deck for any other group because I realized as I was pulling that this was a heavier group. So I was like, okay, let me, this is the dawn though. And it says the light after the darkness. And this makes me so happy that this was the card that came up for you guys, because literally like that is what you guys are going to be experiencing over this next 12 months. You are coming out of the dark. You're experiencing the dawn. The sun is rising again. But first you got to get through the dark, right? You got to get through the night before the sun can come up again. So I'm excited for you guys, group number 2. All right, we have 2 more. The last 2 is the bear and the snake. And I always associate the bear with returning to our natural instincts, with returning to our natural, like how it is that we are like stripped down to our like bare basics, okay? And the snake, I also interpret this as shedding our old skin. Shedding our old skin and stepping into the new, welcoming in the new. Sometimes this could also be seen as adult, very sensual energy as well, but that is the message for you guys, group number 2. So overall, change. Okay, there's change, there's a letting go process, freeing yourself. I think a lot of you should be focusing on how to create more security and independence in your life, how to create more fun in your life. Again, raising the way that you treat yourself, or elevating the way that you treat yourself, is then going to automatically force the people who come into your life romantically to meet you at that level, because how you treat yourself will be the standard. If you guys have the ability to travel, I want to encourage you guys to travel. If you have the means to do so, please travel as much as you possibly can. And know that things are going to get better. Again, like the light is coming, the sun is going to rise. So don't get discouraged by this, you guys. On that note, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. If you guys want a personal reading, I should have those available in the description box. If they're out of stock, you can email me or message me on Etsy and I'll set something up for you in the future. Thank you. I love you. And I'll talk to you guys really soon. All right. Bye. Hello to my final group, group number 3. We're going to start, you guys, with the zodiac dice. Okay. Start off with a little roll. If you're new here, also, you guys, the zodiac dice is dessert. It's extra. So if your sign doesn't pop up, it's really not that deep. It's not that serious. We have Cancer and Taurus. Hello, Cancer. Hello, Taurus. Love you so much, Taurus. Love you so much, Cancer. We have Virgo and Gemini. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Gemini. We have Aquarius and Aries. Hello, Aquarius. Hello, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, you guys. All right. Let's get into your first card. We have the Star. Okay, so Aquarius energy, again, you guys, is showing up. Now, the question today is, how is your love life transforming over the next 12 months? For the Star to be the very first card that is coming up, that is such a beautiful sign that your love life is transforming for the better over the next 12 months. Wherever the freak you are at in your love life, group number 3, you need to know that it's going to get better. You need to know that things are going to be elevating. You need to know that things are going to be improving vastly, because the Star is luck. The Star is a blessing. The Star is essentially like the calm after the storm. The Star is the light at the end of the freaking tunnel. So whatever you've been going through, group number 3, you guys need to prepare and understand that things are gonna get better. Things are going to improve, and you need to get freaking excited, because this next 12 months, I feel like you guys are gonna look back and be like, holy freaking, okay? I was gonna say it, and then I was like, what is another word I can say? I don't know. But holy freaking frick, okay? Things are about to get so freaking amazing for you guys. You guys have the Sun. You have the Sun and you have the Star. You have the Sun and you have the Star, group number freaking 3. There's just not a better combo. There is not a better combo. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Group number 3, you guys need to prepare. Get ready. Just claim it right now. In this moment, I want you guys to sit. I want you to claim it in the comment section. you claim pile number 3, because this energy is so abundant and so beautiful when it comes to experiencing goodness in your life, when it comes to experiencing happiness. The sun is literally happiness, radiance, success, love, all these amazing things that you know what? Stop. The sun is literally the star. Like, the sun and the star are one and the same, right? Like, think about it. What is a star? A star is just a sun that's a gazillion, bajillion light years away, right? Like, that is what a star is. It's somebody's sun. It's not our sun, but it's somebody's sun. So I love this. I love this. I love this so much, you guys. Now, with that in mind, you guys, we can perhaps see this as like 2 different worlds colliding, or 2 different universes, right? Colliding, 2 different galaxies colliding. Because again, the star is technically a sun. It's just not a sun. It's far away, right? And then the sun is obviously like the center of our little galaxy, our little Milky Way, right? So I don't know, perhaps we can see this as 2 worlds coming together to create one. But regardless, like, the transformation taking place in your love life, group number 3, is magnificent, is beautiful, is abundant. Okay. The 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, you guys, this is one of my favorite cards when I'm talking about marriage, or when I'm talking about a long-term relationship, longevity in a relationship, because I'm someone who's of the belief system that if you want a long-term relationship, if you want a long-lasting relationship, you have to invest in one another. Now, yeah, it doesn't need to be equal. It doesn't need to be the same type of investment. But I do believe that there needs to be some proof of investment, because if you don't invest in anybody, either emotionally, financially, with your time, with your energy, with your resources, right? Like, there's no skin in the game. So the 10 of Pentacles is representing an energy of investing, all right? So your love life, not only is it elevating, not only do you have this radiance, this happiness, this love coming in, but you have this investment. Somebody is going to pour into you. Somebody is going to invest so heavily in your life. I'm very much seeing this, you guys, as someone coming in, or somebody who's already in your life, making it very known that they have intentions to have a future with you, okay? Okay. Oh, some of you guys, okay. Some of you guys are going to be investing yourself into your love life. Some of you may be in unhappy relationships that you want to come to an end, but you don't know how to end it. I would see this situation then as a situation in which you are going to invest in a way to get out of that. For others of you who are single, I definitely see this as, again, like 2 stars colliding together to create like a whole new reality, right? 2 people coming together, and their love is so strong that it's literally creating a whole new reality. We're investing in one another. We are setting something up for ourselves for the future. That is what the 10 of Pentacles is. This is an investment that's not going to pay off right now, but it's going to pay off in the future, okay? If you are in a happy, healthy relationship, you guys, this is amazing as well, okay? Again, for those of you who are in an unhappy relationship, this is still amazing, because I feel like it's you choosing to like invest in how to get out of the situation, invest in how to move forward and how to obtain this star, this sun. But for those of you who are in a happy relationship, this is amazing. This is beautiful. I feel like this is an elevation of your relationship. I feel like this is a potential engagement. All right. We have the 2 of Pentacles, all right, you guys? The 2 of Pentacles is talking about balance and harmony, okay? So more balance and harmony coming into your life. This could be representing an energy of perhaps you and this person learning how to balance each other out really nicely. Finding your counterpart, finding somebody who's going to be your partner in life, or creating a more stable and sustainable partnership with your current partner. And again, for those of you where you're in unhealthy toxic relationships, I see this as you finding a way to get out. You finding a way to create harmony and balance in your life. Your life cannot be harmonious and balanced if you are in a relationship you don't want to be in. And I know this is not for many of you, but there are some of you watching this who have picked pile 3 and you so desperately want this true love. You so desperately want this soulmate, but you are stuck in a situation that you know this person's not your soulmate. You know it's not. I want you to know, and I want you to trust in yourself. Don't trust me. Don't trust the cards. I need you to trust yourself. You are going to get out of the situation and things are going to get better, okay? I was so tired before doing this reading, you guys, and I felt like I was like, how am I going to have energy for group 3? But the energy is so strong for you guys. I'm very excited for this group. We have the moon. Secrets being revealed. So for those of you who are in a happy, healthy relationship, this is an engagement. 100% you're getting engaged, you're getting married, or you're finding out that you are going to start a family with this person. Again, for those of you who are in a happy, healthy relationship, this moon could, or who are not in a happy, healthy relationship, those of you who are wanting to remove yourself from your current partner, there will be something that is coming to the surface, something that's coming to light that is going to help guide you away from this person and out of this situation. Now, for my single people, I see this as this, right? The moon coming out to illuminate the dark, the moon coming out to say, hey, this is the path you need to take. This is the way you need to go is this way. You couldn't see before, you were in the dark, but now that the moon is out, you can see the path is that way, go that way. So it's giving me an energy of like you finding your direction, you finding the path that you need to take in order to have this collision with this person. We've got the 10 of Cups. Okay. Single people, you are meeting your soulmate. You are meeting the love of your life. You're meeting the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. This is the only group where I feel 1000% confident saying that you are meeting the person within the next 12 months that you have a deep desire to spend the rest of your life with. And they have a deep desire to spend the rest of their life with you. You guys have potential to start a family with this person. You guys have potential to perhaps make a rather significant purchase with this person, to move in with this person. For those of you who are already in this relationship, again, this is engagement, this is marriage. For those of you who are ready to leave that toxic relationship, get ready, because that toxic relationship is about to end. And I feel like you are going to be meeting the person, the reason as to why it didn't feel right in this past relationship, why it didn't feel right with this person, what was off. And you're going to realize, like, I was never asking for too much. I was never demanding too much. I wasn't wrong about how I felt. The feeling that you are having within your gut, within your intuition, that's telling you this is not your person, you are going to be validated in that feeling. Group number 3, okay? All right. We've got Neptune here, and this is sacrifice, you guys. All right, so here's the thing. Neptune creates illusion in our life, all right? And the only reason why I feel confident that this illusion is not something that's sticking around is because we do have the moon coming in. And the moon creates clarity. Not only do we have the moon, but we also have the sun. All right? The sun and the moon. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. Yin and yang, the sun and the moon. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, besides the yin and the yang of the sun and the moon being here, the sacrifice, the Neptune, illusions, things being a bit hazy, not seeing things 100% clearly. I feel like what you guys are sacrificing with this is the unknown. What you guys are sacrificing with this like collision, or with this falling in love process, with this getting engaged, with this getting married, with meeting this person, you are sacrificing a sense of security of knowing what's going to come next. For those of you who are single and you're like, I'm tired of being single, I hear you. However, in getting into this relationship, there's almost this like not fear, but it's this like, oh my gosh, now I have this really important person in my life, and like, what if something happens to them, or what if something happens to us? There's almost like we are giving up one thing for something else, and this something else is a little bit of a heavier energy. With this though, I want you guys to understand that what you are giving up, what's being replaced with this is better, right? Those of you who are walking away from this relationship, or a relationship that's toxic, that you're unhappy in, you're sacrificing that relationship, and you are letting go of it with a little bit of, I don't know what's going to happen next, and I'm scared. In this sacrifice, you guys are going to again receive this amazing love. For those of you again who are getting married, who are getting engaged, the sacrifice of no longer being just an individual person, but having to think about somebody else, not just in the aspect of I'm in a relationship with this person, but in the mindset of like, this is my partner. I am legally bound to them. You're sacrificing a little bit of your freedom. You're sacrificing a little bit of that individuality. And for those of you who are single, again, you're sacrificing your singleness. This is not a sacrifice that I feel like any of you are going to have trouble making, but it's a sacrifice nonetheless, okay? For those of you who are having children, because there are people here who picked this group who are going to be starting a family within this next 12 months, the sacrifice would again be connected to freedom, would be connected to having more of your individuality. And we have the 4th house. So again, some of you are choosing to start a family within this next year. Some of you guys are choosing to start a family, get married, set down roots. This says culture, family roots, home, peace, and comfort. Okay, so setting down roots. Again, I feel like for a lot of you who picked pile 3, you are meeting your forever person. You're meeting somebody who's going to be in your life for the rest of your life. You're meeting like one of the most significant relationships that you will have in this lifetime. This is happening within the next 12 months. Now, for those of you who are on the younger side, it's very possible that this person's coming into your life and perhaps the relationship is not going to be a relationship that's sustainable right at this moment. But I do feel like for those of you who you picked this pile, I feel like this person would come back around. If there was a separation at any point between you and this person, I do believe that there would be a reuniting, because that's how strong this connection feels. That's how strong this love feels. We have the 7th house, and this is profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Profound relationships, intimacy. This is literally the house of marriage, you guys. This is connected to your husband, your wife, your soulmate, the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. We have the guardian, a lost loved one watches over you. That's not going to resonate with all of you, but for some of you, it's very possible that you have someone in your family who you were close to, perhaps even someone in your family who you've never met, who is watching over you. Some of you have prayed for things to get better. Some of you have prayed to meet this person. And I feel like this is almost an energy of, again, like this family member or an angel perhaps watching over you and saying, you know what, like, now is the time. Now is the right time for you to meet this person. Now is the right time for you to start this journey. We have Earth sign here, which I love me an Earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. All right, guys. Also with this, if they are not Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, it's also very possible, you guys, that this energy in general is representing the stability and the longevity of this relationship. Think about Earth. Earth is stable. Earth is very old. Earth is consistent. It's always there, right? So now I know some of you guys are going to be smarty pants in the comment section and be like, well, there's earthquakes. Well, there's hurricanes. Okay, you guys get what I'm saying. Earth is stable. Earth is consistent. Okay, this is something that we can count on to always be there. So I feel like that is what this relationship is going to be like. Group number 3, and then we literally have commitment, and it says things are getting serious. Again, for those of you who are in a relationship, or if you met someone earlier this year and you guys have been dating and you're like, oh, it seems like it'll be soon. I feel like you guys are getting engaged, or you guys are going to start talking about marriage by the end of 2023. Not even by the end of the next 12 months, by the end of 2023, I feel like you guys are going to be talking about marriage. For those of you who are single, again, I feel like this is going to be a relationship that's developing and you guys have a deep desire to commit to one another. I feel like the commitment will happen rather swiftly. It doesn't mean marriage for those of you who are single, but it does mean commitment in regards to like, I want to be with you. I want to have a future with you. And again, for those of you who are in a relationship and it's toxic, I want you to know that this is waiting for you, but you gotta move on from that past situation. Or you need to put yourself in a position to find the new situation, or to be open to the new. We We have lessons of Saturn, and this says a soul's desire to resolve limiting patterns of control and dependency, many challenges, but can bring benevolent long-term rewards. Okay, so Saturn is our biggest challenge and our biggest reward. So I want you, group number 3, to look at this card as an opportunity for you to experience an expansive moment in your life where, yes, you are facing challenges, where, yes, you are going to be tested, but at the end of it, on the other side of it, again, you have this stability, you have this consistency, you have this reward. This is Capricorn energy, you guys. So again, going back to that earth sign energy, I feel very much so that this relationship that you guys are getting into within the next 12 months is going to be a relationship that really does have the potential to withstand difficulties, really does have the potential to withstand decades and decades together. I feel like there's so much potential here. Please make sure that you nourish this relationship. Please make sure that you nourish yourself prior to getting into this relationship so that you can be the best person for this person. I feel like you guys would very much regret losing this individual or losing this love, losing this connection. So please, guys, this is why it's so important to practice self-love as much as you possibly can, because obviously nothing is set in stone. I want to make sure that you guys have the ability to overcome these obstacles. And for some of you, these obstacles are, it's not as easy as just like being like, I'm going to overcome it. Some of you have struggled with insecurities and codependency and anxiousness, anxious attachment styles perhaps, over the last X amount of years. For some of you, it's been something that you developed in childhood. So I'm not saying that this is something that will necessarily be easy for you to overcome, but I think it's really important that you address it and you don't just allow it to sit and fester, because I do believe that will have a negative impact on this relationship. We have new love here as well, and it says new love or a new phase in love is beginning. Okay, so for those of you who are thinking this may be an ex, I'm not seeing that. That's not what the cards are saying. You would know better than I. However, this seems like a new person. This seems like new love. And here's the thing, guys, right? I know sometimes we can like romanticize our past relationships, or we can romanticize like an ex, but I feel like that's not always the case. Like, I feel like sometimes it can be a bit disappointing to have already met the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And there's something exciting about moving forward and knowing or believing that you're going to meet someone who you haven't met before, and you get to fall in love for the first time again, right? Not literally for the first time, but like for the first time with that person. So keep an open mind. For those of you who are hung up on an ex and you're like, this is my ex coming back and we're going to be together, please just keep an open mind to somebody new. I feel like a lot of people picked group 3 because I'm feeling like there's a lot of different messages I have to give. We have commitment here. All right. Commitment. So obviously this is very self-explanatory. There's commitment. Which we have commitment twice. Things are getting serious. Boom, boom. And we have compatibility. And this is something that's also very important, you guys. Like, yes, it's amazing to like love somebody and to love somebody unconditionally, but if you are not compatible, I feel like it's not impossible to maintain a relationship, but it's more difficult. I know in my personal experience, I've had many men try to talk me into being in a relationship with them, although we were not compatible in any way, shape, or form. We had nothing in common. We didn't have similar beliefs or interests or morals, and it was kind of gross. I was like, ew, like, why would you want to be with somebody who you literally are not compatible with? So not only is there this commitment, this stability, this like new love, this, you know, this marriage potentially, these children, it's also like you two are compatible. You guys are on the same wavelength. You guys may have a lot of the same interest. You guys may think very similar. We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. Again, this is not for all of you. There was somebody who left me an email the other day saying that like not everybody wants to have children, and they were really upset about it. And I was like, ma'am, I do not care if you don't want to have kids. I don't care if anybody wants to have kids. Everyone in the world would be like, I don't want to have kids anymore. And I'd be like, bless you, don't care. Anyways, point is, children. For those of you who want children, also, whenever this card comes up, you guys, I also see this as like potentially getting dogs or pets, because there's hella dogs here. There's more dogs than there are children. There's a puppy and there's 2 dogs right there. So if you don't want kids, but you do want like fur babies with your partner, it's very possible that's also a possibility. And again, if you don't want kids, I literally like, why would that affect me? Why would that bother me in the slightest? It doesn't. Okay. So, but children is something that's showing up. And the 4th house again does represent family. The 10 of Cups also represents family, so that's why I'm bringing up children. We have codependency, and it says addictions are affecting your romantic life. Again, guys, for those of you who have an anxious attachment style or any type of anxiety when it comes to relationships, I want you to know that you are deserving of love and you are capable of having a healthy, happy relationship. Please do address this as soon as you possibly can, whether you are with this person or not with this person, because you owe it to yourself and to your future partner or to your current partner to be the best that you can be. And although I believe that it's beautiful to want to be with your partner and to want to love your partner and to like smother them with love, I also think that being codependent is not healthy. So again, like, I don't think this is anybody's fault, but address this as soon as you can address it. Okay, would be my advice with that card. And then we have true love, and it says this is a romance of a lifetime. A romance of a lifetime. Just so sweet. Okay. Gosh, guys, we have marriage again, matrimony, and wedlock. Going to the chapel and we're... Anyways, we have dream. This is prophecy, hint, guidance, oracle, reveal, and symbol. Okay, so for some of you, you're having dreams about this person, or you have had dreams about this person, for those of you who have not met them yet, okay? I know for me, I had dreams about my soulmate pretty regularly up until the time that I met them, and it was a very pungent energy, and I feel like in having these dreams, it made it very easy for me to identify this person when I met them in reality. So pay attention to your dreams is essentially the message I want to give with this. We have memories here. This is reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet. So creating really beautiful, long-lasting, strong memories with somebody, building a life with somebody, right? Like, that is what memories are. When you have experiences with somebody and you get to look back and be like, do you remember when we went to Bali? For some reason I was going to say North Korea, and that just felt like very wrong. I'm so sorry. But remember when we went to Bali? Remember when we had Christmas in the cabin? Like, things like that, right? So, reminiscing. We have intuition, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. Inner knowing, okay? So with this, again, I would see this very much as you just having a strong intuition when you meet this person and feeling very much so like that energy of like, oh my gosh, I know that I've met my soulmate. I know that I've met my person. And then we have longing, and this is craving, aching, and wanting. Craving, aching, and wanting. You could have had a deep desire for this person for a really long time. It's also possible that you're going to know this is your person because they make it very abundantly clear that they are aching for you, that they are longing for you, and it's not going to be like a one-sided situation. Literally balance, okay? It's going to be a balanced relationship. The sun and the moon. We have adult, I was about to say it, adult compatibility, which it's nice, right? It's, I think, beautiful combination. Adult compatibility and normal compatibility is like, okay. Okay, so we have the moon again. I think that this person, this relationship in general for a lot of you, is bringing light to the darkness, is shining a light on a period in your life that's been dark or a period in your life that's been rather heavy. I also feel like your love is going to be so pungent, so potent, that it shines amongst like the trash, amongst relationships that you can tell people just settled with, or with relationships that you can tell people aren't really in love. It's like there's something about your relationship with this person that's standing out amongst the rest. We have lilies as well, you guys, and I'm sorry. For those of you who don't want to have kids or who don't have the ability to have kids, lilies reminds me of like Mother's Day. I don't know why, but I've always associated lilies with like mothers and Mother's Day, specifically like the holiday. So lilies. This could also be talking about beauty though. So being attracted to your partner perhaps, but again, it's giving me more like mother energy. And then we have locket, and I'm seeing this as your heart finally feeling safe, like finally feeling safe enough to give your heart fully to someone, to give yourself, your soul fully to somebody. So that is what I have for you guys, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you today. If you're wanting more information on this reading, or you're wanting a personalized version of this reading, you can go ahead and message me on Etsy or email me, and I will set you up with a reading in the future if there's unavailable. Thank you guys again for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate you. I love you, and I'll see you guys really soon. All right, bye.